Hello and welcome back everyone. Again, my name is Brooke Hurd and I am walking you guys through a series of Microsoft OneNote, how to access it, how to create your notebook, and about all the features included in Microsoft OneNote. So before we can get into creating your individual notebook and all the different pieces to that, I wanted to give everyone an overview of what Microsoft looks like and all the different parts so that you have a clear understanding of what you need to do when you start to make your own notebook that we will talk about in our next section. So here I have a Microsoft OneNote pulled up. This OneNote is in my premium version, so I will be showing this both in the online version and instead of the desktop version as well. So this is instead of the online version, this is what you would have access to instead of the free version of Microsoft. And this is a pre-created notebook that we have. So once again, you can see your title up top, and as always, I can switch to different notebooks if I click on this. And I have a lot, so it takes a little bit to load up. So we have different parts of a Microsoft OneNote. You have sections, pages, and subpages. So when you have sections, it hosts all the different pages to your OneNote. So let me show you what I mean. So here we have two different sections called additional information and tiers. When I click on a section, it's going to open up the drop-down of all of my different pages for the section. So a good way to think about this is if you had a binder, you can think about these as being separate binders. And then within each binder, there being pages for your individual information. So I'm going to click on the drop-down and all of my pages are going to pop up. So we're going to go ahead and click on the Tier 1 TFI Evidence page. And when I click on the page, you'll notice another menu of options pop up. To our right here are all of our subpages. Okay? So we have our sections, our pages, and then your subpages. Then each subpage can also have smaller sections of subpages. So if you'll notice here, TFI criteria for Tier 1 and 1.1 team composition are on the same alignment to the left. Now 1.1 team composition also has an additional subpage called 2019/2020 attendance. You can tell this because this is further to the right and further indented to the right from the page above it. Here's another example down here where we have 1.2 team operating procedures, and then we have the individual subpages down here below. Your subpages and your pages both function instead of the same way. It's just one way of organizing all of your information. So for example, instead of this notebook that we have our section groups that list out the different additional information in our tiers. Then within our tiers, you have 3 different levels of tiers. So I have created a subsection for each of those. Then within that, you have your pages and then your subpages once again. So, for example, in the 1.1 team composition, there are a lot of different pieces to that. So we would create the little subpages. Or here where you have the team operating procedures, within the team operating procedures, you have your team roles and your agendas, so you would want separate subpages for those. It is all up to you and how you like to organize your Microsoft OneNote. So to go through this again, we will go ahead and go to our next section, which is our Tier 2 TFI Evidence. And here you will see again that we have our pages underneath there, and then our subpages. This Tier 2 Action Plan Checklist is an example of a subpage, and we can tell that because it's further indented to the right than the others. Now to help show this a little bit further, we're going to go through this again with the desktop version of Microsoft OneNote, which again is only available through your premium subscription. So if you are interested in viewing that, then you can go ahead and click on the next video.